Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Adam Pearce recently took to X, FKA Twitter, to share a heartfelt message ahead of this week's WWE Raw. The on-screen GM of the Red brand shared an emotional note and posted a couple of throwback pictures with the late great Bray Wyatt. Wyatt is one of the most beloved performers in WWE history, whose untimely passing shook the wrestling universe. The former Universal Champion was in the prime of his career when the unforeseen tragedy happened. However, Bray Wyatt left a lasting legacy with his incredible body of work, and one of Raw's most popular stables currently, the Wyatt Six, even serves as a tribute to him. He's not just fondly remembered by fans, but also by his colleagues. A few minutes back, Adam Pearce took to X, FKA Twitter, to post throwback photos with Wyatt. He also shared an emotional message, urging his followers to live in the moment and cherish their time with their loved ones. Check out Pearce's tweet below. WWE didn't want to pair Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt a few weeks back. In an interview, Bo Dallas, who plays the role of Uncle Howdy on Raw, revealed how WWE didn't want him and Bray Wyatt as a pairing. He added that though they initially planned to team up after joining the promotion, the plans were canceled once the creative team made their decision known. If we were coming back, we were gonna come back as a team. So initially that was the idea, and then we started talking to the company, and some things happened, and we kind of signed around the same time, but we kind of got word that maybe they didn't want us to be together, Dallas said. Bo Dallas has been doing a great job as Uncle Howdy as part of the Wyatt Six, with the stable drawing raves from fans for their work over the last few months. Adam Pearce issues emotional statement before WWE Raw as the clock ticked toward the opening of another action-packed episode of WWE Raw. Adam Pearce, longtime WWE official and on-screen authority figure, stepped onto the arena stage. However, he wasn't here to enforce rules or make announcements about matches. Pearce, dressed in his usual sharp suit but with a notably somber expression, held a microphone tightly in his hand. The backstage whispers about Pearce being at odds with WWE management had reached a boiling point, and tonight seemed to be the culmination of weeks of speculation. The arena lights dimmed, and the crowd buzzed with curiosity. The familiar strains of Pearce's entrance music played briefly before cutting off, leaving only the sound of murmurs and cheers from fans. He took a deep breath, walking slowly to the center of the ring as a spotlight bathed him in a stark glow. The struggles of leadership. Pearce began with a heartfelt acknowledgement of the WWE Universe. "First off, let me say this, I love this business," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "I love everything about it. The highs, the lows, the sweat, the tears, and most of all, the passion that all of you bring to the table every single week." The crowd erupted in cheers, but Pearce's expression remained serious. "For the past 3 years, I've had the privilege, no, the honor, of being part of this incredible journey as your WWE official. I've stood here week after week, making tough decisions, breaking up fights, and sometimes being the bad guy when no one else wanted to be." He paused, running a hand through his hair, as the audience fell silent again. "But recently, I've been reminded that leadership comes at a cost." The rumors are true. Pearce's tone grew heavier as he addressed the elephant in the room. "Over the past few weeks, you've heard the rumors. You've seen the reports. And yes, I'll confirm it now, my position in WWE has been under review." The crowd reacted with a mixture of boos and gasps. Pearce nodded, understanding their frustration. "It hasn't been an easy road. I've made some enemies along the way, on screen and backstage. I've had clashes with superstars, I've made decisions that people didn't agree with, and sometimes I've let my emotions get the better of me. But every single choice I've made has been with the best interests of this company in mind." Pearce's voice cracked slightly as he continued. "I've had sleepless nights over what's next for me, not just as a character on this show, but as a man who lives and breathes this industry. I've questioned if I've done enough, if I've left the right mark." A thank you to the superstars. Pearce then turned his attention to the WWE locker room. "To every superstar backstage, I want to say this, thank you. Whether we've seen eye to eye or not, whether you've agreed with me or been ready to fight me, you've made me better. Every single one of you has challenged me to be stronger, to think smarter, and to keep pushing forward. I hope I've done the same for you." He took a deep breath, scanning the crowd as if searching for someone familiar. To people like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and yes, even Rhea Ripley, thank you for always keeping me on my toes. And to the new generation coming up, don't ever stop fighting for what you believe in. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big or that your voice doesn't matter. I'm living proof that even the smallest voice can make a big impact. A personal moment. Pearce's demeanor softened as he shifted to a more personal note. "I want to take a moment to speak directly to my family, my wife and kids, who've sacrificed so much so I could be on the road almost every day of the year. Without you, none of this would have been possible. You're the reason I fight so hard to do what I do." His eyes glistened with unshed tears as he looked down at the mat, seemingly lost in thought. "This business can take everything from you if you let it. But you've always been my anchor, keeping me grounded even when the chaos of the wrestling world tried to pull me under." The future of Adam Pearce. The crowd erupted into a "Thank you, Adam" chant, causing Pearce to smile faintly. He raised the microphone again, his voice steady but resolute. "So, what's next for me? The truth is, I don't know. Tonight might be my last night in this role, or it might just be the beginning of a new chapter. I've met with management, and while nothing is set in stone, I promise you this: no matter what happens, I'll always be here for this business, in whatever capacity I can be." He gestured around the arena, taking in the roaring cheers of the fans. "This ring, this crowd, this family, it's where I belong. And whether I'm in this suit or lacing up my boots again, I will give you everything I've got, until the very last bell rings." An unexpected twist. Just as Pearce seemed ready to leave the ring, he was interrupted by the booming sound of entrance music. The crowd turned toward the stage as Triple H appeared, microphone in hand and a determined look on his face. The Game strode confidently to the ring, his presence commanding attention. He stepped through the ropes, standing across from Pearce. "Adam," Triple H began, his voice steady, "before you go anywhere, there's something I need to say." Pearce looked at him with a mix of surprise and apprehension. "For years, you've been the glue holding this place together. You've dealt with chaos, egos, and challenges most people wouldn't survive. And while I won't sugarcoat it, there are people backstage who think you've lost your edge. I'm not one of them." The crowd roared in approval as Pearce's expression softened. "I know what it's like to have the weight of this business on your shoulders," Triple H continued. "And I know what it's like to feel like you've got something to prove. But let me tell you this, you don't need to prove anything. You've earned your spot here, and I'm not about to let you walk away without a fight." The audience erupted into chants of "one more run" as Pearce and Triple H exchanged a knowing look. A new challenge. Triple H offered a handshake, which Pearce accepted after a moment's hesitation. "So, here's what we're going to do," Triple H said. "You're not just going to stand here and wonder about your future. Tonight, you're going to fight for it. In the main event of Raw, you'll step back into the ring for the first time in years. And if you win, you keep your spot as WWE official." The crowd went wild as Pearce's eyes widened. "And if I lose?" Pearce asked. Triple H smirked. "If you lose, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I've got faith in you, Adam. Now go out there and remind everyone, including yourself, why you belong." As the arena erupted in chants of "You still got it," Pearce nodded, determination etched across his face. Tonight, Adam Pearce wasn't just fighting for his job, he was fighting for his legacy. WWE Raw is 40 days away from the official launch of its Netflix era. The flagship brand is closing out another year with strong momentum, but with success always comes a bit of controversy. Adam Pearce just issued a statement to clear up some confusion surrounding the Red brand. The role of Raw General Manager seems to be one of the toughest jobs in all of World Wrestling Entertainment, along with SmackDown General Manager and Chief Content Officer. Pearce and Nick Aldis run tight ships, so much so that there is talk of WWE deciding brand supremacy with the two authority figures, but the job is demanding and can get to any man. Pearce recently yelled out one of his favorite lines as a bit of a stress reliever: "I need a drink." Scrap Iron took to Instagram this week to jokingly address the tremendous backlash that came quickly in today's world. He revealed that his beverage of choice when stressed out is none other than water. "I just want to take the time here to end a lot of speculation out there. You've probably seen this on the internet, and if you haven't, you will. There are many situations on Raw where things potentially go awry, or become chaotic, or very aggressive, where you may hear me utter the phrase, 'I need a drink.' And people are always asking, what is it that I'm drinking? And it is time to answer that question. The beverage of choice is water. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Your body is approximately 60% made up of this, and the planet we all inhabit, 70%. Age 20. Water. I need a drink, and so do all of you, Adam Pearce said in the video below as he sipped and smiled. Pearce stays busy with WWE as he also works as director of live events. In addition to his executive duties and on-screen authority role, the 46-year-old works as a producer and trainer. Special edition of WWE Raw set for Monday. World Wrestling Entertainment will return to Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington, for next Monday's post-Survivor Series edition of Raw. The episode will feature the fallout from the PLE. Next week's Raw will also feature the special 10th anniversary celebration for the New Day. Below is the updated lineup. Officials have not confirmed what exactly the New Day's celebration will consist of, but it was touted that this would be an unmissable live tribute to a decade of the faction. It's been reported that the trio filmed material at WWE HQ as well. The lights dimmed in the WWE Performance Center as Adam Pearce took the stage for an impromptu press conference following a tumultuous week on Monday Night Raw. The normally stoic WWE official found himself under fire after a controversial statement during the previous episode sparked outrage among fans and superstars alike. Now, Pearce was here to address the matter head-on. Pearce, dressed in a tailored black suit, approached the microphone with a somber expression. Behind him was a large WWE logo, serving as a reminder of the brand he represented. As cameras flashed and murmurs filled the air, he took a deep breath. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice steady but tinged with regret, "thank you for being here today. I want to start by acknowledging the backlash surrounding my statement on Monday Night Raw. I understand the gravity of the situation and the impact of my words on our fans, our superstars, and the WWE Universe. The incident, the controversy, stemmed from a heated exchange during Raw between Pearce and top superstar Seth Rollins. As tensions boiled over during a contract signing segment, Pearce made an offhand remark, 'Maybe some of you aren't as indispensable as you think.' The comment, while seemingly directed at Rollins, was perceived by fans and superstars as a jab at the entire roster. Social media exploded within minutes, with hashtags like #FirePearce and #WWE trending worldwide. Wrestlers like Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, and even Roman Reigns weighed in subtly on the matter, posting cryptic tweets that added fuel to the fire. Pearce's explanation at the time, "I was caught in the heat of the moment," Pearce admitted, addressing the media directly. The contract signing segment with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre was already contentious. "My words were not meant to devalue the incredible talent we have in WWE. It was a poor choice of words, and for that, I deeply apologize." He paused, scanning the room as reporters scribbled notes. "I want to be clear," he continued, "that my intention was to remind Seth Rollins of the collective effort it takes to make WWE what it is today. No one, including myself, is bigger than the brand. However, I understand how it came across, and I take full responsibility for my actions." Reactions from the locker room. Despite Pearce's apology, the locker room remained divided. Reports indicated that several superstars were unhappy with his comments, feeling that they undermined their hard work and dedication. Kevin Owens, known for his outspoken nature, reportedly confronted Pearce backstage after the segment. While the details of their conversation remain private, sources suggest that Owens expressed his disappointment and demanded clarification. Meanwhile, Becky Lynch, one of WWE's most vocal personalities, posted a statement on social media: "We all work too damn hard to be told we're not indispensable. This is a family, and we deserve respect." On the flip side, others like The Miz defended Pearce, calling the backlash an overreaction. "Adam Pearce has always been a fair and honest leader," The Miz said during an interview on The Bump. "Sometimes things get misconstrued, especially in this business. Let's not forget the pressure he's under." WWE's stance. WWE management released a brief statement in support of Pearce, but acknowledged the concerns raised by fans and superstars. "We recognize the passion of the WWE Universe and our roster." Adam Pearce's statement was not reflective of WWE's values. "We support his efforts to address this matter and move forward." However, the controversy has sparked debates about the role of authority figures in WWE. Many fans questioned whether Pearce's on-screen persona had blurred the lines between his character and real-life responsibilities. Turning the page as Pearce wrapped up his press conference, he announced a new initiative aimed at rebuilding trust with the WWE roster and fanbase. "To demonstrate my commitment to our superstars and the WWE Universe, I'm instituting an open forum segment on Raw next week," Pearce revealed. "This will be an opportunity for our talent to voice their concerns, share their perspectives, and hold me accountable." The announcement was met with mixed reactions. While some applauded Pearce's transparency, others questioned whether the forum would lead to genuine change or merely serve as a PR stunt. Seth Rollins speaks out. Interestingly, Seth Rollins, the original target of Pearce's controversial remark, remained relatively quiet throughout the backlash. However, during an interview with Corey Graves on After the Bell, Rollins finally shared his thoughts. "Look, Adam and I have had our disagreements, but I respect the guy," Rollins said. "He's in a tough spot, trying to juggle the needs of the roster, the fans, and the higher-ups. Do I think his comment was out of line? Sure. But we've all said things we regret in the heat of the moment." Rollins also expressed optimism about the open forum segment, calling it a step in the right direction. The fans' verdict. As the dust began to settle, fans remained divided. Some called for Pearce's removal as a WWE authority figure, while others appreciated his willingness to take responsibility. "I think Adam Pearce deserves a second chance," one fan tweeted. "He owned up to his mistake, and that's more than most people would do." Another fan disagreed. "This is just damage control. The locker room deserves better leadership." Moving forward, the upcoming episode of Raw loomed large, with the open forum segment promising to be a pivotal moment in Pearce's WWE career. Would he be able to mend fences with the roster and fans? Or would the controversy mark the beginning of the end for his tenure as a WWE official? As Pearce stepped away from the microphone, he looked determined but aware of the uphill battle ahead. "I know I've got work to do," he said in closing. "But I'm committed to doing better, for our superstars, our fans, and the WWE Universe." The stage was set for what could be one of the most unpredictable episodes of Raw in recent memory. And as the WWE Universe prepared for the fallout, one thing was clear: the story of Adam Pearce's controversial statement was far from over. Adam Pearce sends a 3-word message after major WWE Championship announcement. Tonight's episode of WWE Raw was a busy one. Adam Pearce needed to make some big decisions. So much happened that one of the biggest moments of the evening happened off the air. Moments before WWE Raw began, Pearce took to the ring to present a brand new title. The Red Brand's general manager introduced the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which will be exclusive to Monday nights. This comes a few weeks after Nick Aldis introduced the Women's United States title on SmackDown. Adam Pearce further revealed that a tournament to crown the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion will begin next week. Once the announcement was shown on WWE Raw, he took to his official X handle to send a simple 3-word message about the situation. "It will be interesting to see who is crowned the first ever Women's IC Champion. WWE Raw's women's division has a crowded mid-card, which affords many superstars a huge opportunity to win a title. The likes of Dakota Kai and Zoe Stark might be among the frontrunners to win the tournament. Meanwhile, on the SmackDown side, Bayley and Chelsea Green have already qualified for the Women's United States Championship Tournament semifinals. The WWE Universe was buzzing with anticipation after Adam Pearce, WWE's current authority figure on Raw and SmackDown, delivered a cryptic three-word message on social media following a groundbreaking championship announcement. Pearce, known for his calm demeanor and measured approach, rarely stirs the pot on social media. However, this particular message sent shockwaves through fans, wrestlers, and insiders alike. The announcement that changed the game during the opening segment of SmackDown, Adam Pearce stood in the middle of the ring, flanked by the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns and his special counsel Paul Heyman. Pearce had promised a game-changing announcement earlier in the week, leading to rampant speculation. Many believed it would involve the rumored creation of a new title or a major shift in the championship landscape. I've heard the whispers. I've seen the rumors. But tonight, I'm here to set the record straight, Pearce began, his voice steady but carrying a hint of gravity. He revealed that starting at the Royal Rumble, a new championship would be introduced, the WWE World Legacy Championship. This title, Pearce explained, would honor WWE's storied history while paving the way for future legends. Unlike other titles, it would be defended across both brands, Raw and SmackDown, and even NXT on special occasions. Pearce declared that the championship would crown the absolute best in the business. What truly stunned the audience, however, was Pearce's bombshell revelation about the inaugural champion. Instead of holding a tournament or traditional match, the title holder would be determined in a first-of-its-kind Champion of Champions Fatal 4-Way Elimination match at WrestleMania 41. Competing in this match would be Roman Reigns, Undisputed Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio, NXT North American Champion. The crowd erupted into a mix of cheers, boos, and gasps. The stakes had never been higher. Pearce's three-word tweet just hours after the announcement, Adam Pearce took to Twitter and posted a three-word message that left fans and insiders scrambling to decipher its meaning: let them fight. The tweet quickly went viral, sparking endless debates. Was Pearce hinting at chaos in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania? Was he challenging the champions to prove their worth even before stepping into the ring? Or was it simply his way of acknowledging the monumental clash awaiting them? Backstage reactions: the announcement and Pearce's tweet reportedly caught many WWE superstars off guard. According to insiders, tensions were already high backstage as champions like Reigns, Rollins, and Gunther processed the implications of sharing the ring. Paul Heyman, never one to miss an opportunity, was spotted pacing backstage and making calls immediately after the announcement. Sources close to the situation claimed Heyman was livid about Reigns being forced to defend his status against multiple champions in one night. Rollins, meanwhile, was overheard in a heated conversation with Pearce. "You think this is fair? I've carried Raw for months," he allegedly exclaimed. Gunther, ever stoic, reportedly told his Imperium stablemates that this was an opportunity to cement his legacy. Dominic Mysterio, accompanied by Rhea Ripley, simply smirked and called himself the youngest and greatest champion in history. Fan speculation and theories: fans on social media exploded with theories about Pearce's tweet. Some believed it was a reference to potential infighting among the champions. He's teasing that Roman's ego, Seth's pride, Gunther's discipline, and Dom's arrogance are going to collide long before Mania, one fan posted. Others speculated that Pearce's message hinted at possible involvement from other WWE superstars. Could the title scene get even more crowded? One fan theorized, what if Pearce adds wildcards into the match? Imagine Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, or even Randy Orton. The phrase "let them fight" even sparked memes, with fans posting images of iconic WWE brawls under Pearce's tweet. The champions respond. The fallout continued as each champion responded in their unique style. Roman Reigns posted a video on Instagram sitting at the head of the table with Heyman by his side. Adam Pearce wants a fight? Fine. But remember, I don't lose fights. I end them. Seth Rollins appeared on Raw Talk, visibly frustrated but confident. They think they can throw all of us into the same ring and watch fireworks? Good. I've been stealing the show my entire career, and WrestleMania will be no different. Gunther gave an exclusive interview to WWE Digital. The World Legacy Championship should go to the most dominant champion, not the loudest. At WrestleMania, I will show the world why I am the ring general. Dominic Mysterio couldn't resist stirring the pot. Appearing on NXT, he cut a promo alongside Rhea Ripley, mocking his competitors. Roman's too old, Seth's too crazy, and Gunther? I'll make him tap in 2 minutes. The crowd showered him with boos, but Dominic thrived on the heat. Pearce stands firm as the controversy raged on. Adam Pearce appeared on the bump to address his tweet and the criticism surrounding the championship announcement. My job is to make decisions that push WWE forward, he explained. These 4 champions have dominated their respective divisions. It's time to find out who truly is the best. As for my tweet, yes, let them fight. That's what this business is about. No excuses, no politics, just action. Pearce also hinted that there would be consequences for any champion who attempted to manipulate the situation. If anyone thinks they can strong-arm me or bend the rules, they'll find themselves out of WrestleMania altogether. What's next? With weeks to go before WrestleMania, the road to the Champion of Champions match promises to be anything but smooth. Pearce has already scheduled a series of Champions Showcase matches leading up to the event, where the 4 competitors will face each other in various combinations. The first match, announced for Raw, pits Rollins against Gunther in a non-title bout. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is set to address the WWE Universe on SmackDown, with Paul Heyman teasing that the Bloodline may have business to handle. Dominic Mysterio, ever the provocateur, challenged Seth Rollins to a one-on-one match, though it remains unclear if Pearce will grant it. Conclusion: Adam Pearce's 3-word message, "Let them fight," has set the tone for what could be one of the most unpredictable and intense WrestleMania main events in history. As the champions prepare for battle, the WWE Universe watches with bated breath, knowing that the road ahead will be fraught with alliances, betrayals, and unforgettable moments. One thing is certain: Adam Pearce has delivered on his promise to change the game. Whether his decision will elevate WWE to new heights or ignite chaos remains to be seen. Either way, WrestleMania 41 is shaping up to be a spectacle for the ages. Adam Pearce forced to make last-minute Survivor Series announcement on WWE Raw. Adam Pearce had to make a major announcement for WWE Survivor Series after a brawl broke out during the latest episode of Raw. He announced a huge match for the premium live event. The competition for the Intercontinental Championship has been heating up ever since Braun Breaker won the title from Jey Uso a few weeks ago. Sheamus made it clear that he wanted to win the only title that has eluded him in his career. Last week on WWE Raw, the Celtic Warrior had the chance to win the title when he challenged Braun Breaker. However, his title shot was robbed from him when Ludwig Kaiser attacked him during the match. He then laid out both the Intercontinental Champion and Sheamus. Tonight on the Red Brand, Ludwig Kaiser faced off against Breaker in a non-title match. Things were going Kaiser's way when Sheamus showed up and attacked him from behind. The Celtic Warrior was then confronted by the IC champion before they also started brawling. Soon, all 3 men brawled at ringside and had to be separated by WWE officials. Adam Pearce then came out and announced that they would face each other in a triple threat match for the title at Survivor Series, War Games. It will be interesting to see who will walk out of Survivor Series as the Intercontinental Champion. The crowd at the TD Garden in Boston was electric as WWE Raw kicked off. The fallout from the previous week's chaos loomed heavy, and the anticipation of Survivor Series was palpable. The fans were buzzing with speculation about potential matchups and shocking twists. As the camera panned across the sea of cheering fans, the familiar theme music of WWE official Adam Pearce echoed through the arena. Pearce, dressed in a sharp suit but looking visibly stressed, made his way to the ring with a microphone in hand. Once inside the ring, Pearce didn't waste any time. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice steady but tinged with urgency, "we are just 6 days away from Survivor Series, one of the most historic and pivotal events in WWE history. And yet, as of this moment, there's one major problem." He paused, letting the tension build. "We don't have a finalized men's War Games match." The audience erupted in murmurs and boos. How could a cornerstone of Survivor Series still be unresolved? Pearce raised his hand to quiet the crowd. "Trust me, I've been working around the clock to resolve this issue. What I'm about to announce is unprecedented, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Tonight, we will determine the final participants for War Games in a series of matches, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The challenge." Pearce laid out the stipulation. 4 singles matches would take place throughout the night, with each winner earning a spot in the War Games match. The already announced captains, Seth freaking Rollins for Team Raw and Roman Reigns for Team SmackDown, would choose their first teammates based on these outcomes. The added twist? The winners of these matches wouldn't know which team they'd be joining until after their victory. "This isn't just about skill or strategy," Pearce said, pacing the ring. "This is about adaptability and stepping up under pressure. Survivor Series is a battlefield, and tonight, Raw becomes ground zero." Before he could leave the ring, an unexpected interruption occurred. Judgment Day strikes first. The ominous theme of the Judgment Day filled the arena as Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley made their way to the ring. The faction exuded their usual dominance, with Rhea Ripley holding her Women's World Championship high and Damian Priest clutching his Money in the Bank briefcase. Balor grabbed a microphone and sneered. "Adam, you're out here trying to play matchmaker, but let's be honest, you're losing control of Raw." He gestured to his faction. "Judgment Day is Raw. If anyone deserves to be in War Games, it's us." The crowd erupted with a mix of boos and cheers, and Pearce, clearly unimpressed, shot back. "I appreciate your confidence, Finn, but Survivor Series isn't about what you think you deserve. It's about earning your spot. If Judgment Day wants in, then you'll have to fight for it like everyone else." Rhea Ripley stepped forward, her piercing glare aimed directly at Pearce. "We don't ask for opportunities, we take them. Make no mistake, Judgment Day will be in War Games, whether you like it or not." Pearce, undeterred, smirked. "Fine. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, you're in singles matches tonight. Win, and you're in. Lose, and Judgment Day stays on the sidelines." The matches begin. The first match of the night pitted Damian Priest against Drew McIntyre, who had recently been at odds with the Judgment Day. The two powerhouses put on a hard-hitting clinic, with near falls that had the crowd on the edge of their seats. Priest, despite his size and strength, found himself struggling against McIntyre's relentless offense. In a shocking turn, McIntyre countered Priest's South of Heaven chokeslam with a sudden Claymore kick, securing the victory. With McIntyre's win, Pearce appeared on the Titantron to announce that he would join Team Raw under Seth Rollins, much to the delight of the crowd. The second match saw Finn Balor facing Sami Zayn, who was fighting to prove himself after being sidelined from major storylines. The match was a masterclass in technical wrestling and storytelling, with Zayn showing incredible heart against Balor's ruthlessness. Ultimately, Zayn pulled off a surprise victory with a hell of a kick, earning his spot on Team Raw as well. A surprising twist. Before the third match could begin, Paul Heyman appeared backstage in Pearce's office, representing SmackDown's tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Heyman, ever the strategist, attempted to manipulate Pearce into giving SmackDown a tactical advantage. "Adam, my tribal chief doesn't just demand dominance, he expects it. Surely, you see the wisdom in ensuring the right talent joins his side." Pearce refused to budge. "I'm not playing favorites, Paul. If Roman wants dominance, he'll have to earn it like everyone else." Heyman left with a sly smile, leaving fans wondering if he had another trick up his sleeve. Underdogs Shine, the third match of the night, featured Ricochet taking on Bronson Reed. It was a true David versus Goliath battle, with Reed overpowering Ricochet at every turn. However, Ricochet's high-flying agility proved too much for the big man, and he pulled off an incredible 630 splash to secure his spot. Pearce revealed that Ricochet would join Team SmackDown, marking the first addition to Roman Reigns' team. The final match saw Cody Rhodes facing The Miz. Both men were desperate to stake their claim at Survivor Series, and the match was filled with drama and near falls. Cody eventually sealed the deal with a Crossroads, earning the final spot in the War Games match. Pearce then announced that Cody would also join Team Raw, completing Seth Rollins' lineup. War Games teams finalized with the night's matches concluded. Pearce returned to the ring to officially announce the teams for War Games. Team Raw: Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Cody Rhodes. Team SmackDown: Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Ricochet, and a mystery fourth member to be revealed at Survivor Series. As Pearce began to close the show, the arena lights dimmed, and an eerie silence fell. Suddenly, the familiar sound of Bray Wyatt's laughter echoed through the speakers. The crowd erupted in shock and excitement as cryptic visuals filled the screen. Could Wyatt be the final member of Team SmackDown? Pearce looked as stunned as the fans, leaving the mystery hanging in the air as Raw went off the air. Building anticipation, Adam Pearce's last-minute announcement set the stage for one of the most unpredictable Survivor Series in recent memory. With the War Games teams finalized and the possibility of Bray Wyatt's return looming, the stakes couldn't be higher. The WWE Universe was left buzzing, eagerly counting down the days to the most electrifying night of the year. Adam Pearce officially introduces new WWE Championship moments before Raw. Adam Pearce made a huge announcement before WWE Raw could begin. He introduced the new Women's Intercontinental Championship. The WWE Women's division has grown leaps and bounds in recent years. Now, the fans view women as more than just eye candy. They are rated on their in-ring skills rather than their looks. Over the years, the rise of the women's division has been meteoric. Several women, like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey, have main event shows like WrestleMania and have been involved in match types like Hell in a Cell, Steel Cage, and many more. Given the evolution of the women's division, WWE introduced a tag team title a few years ago. The company then doubled down on this growth recently by introducing the new Women's United States Championship. Currently, a tournament is underway to determine who will be the first to hold this new title. But it looks like the Stamford-based promotion has one more trick up its sleeve for the women's division. WWE Main Event is taped ahead of Monday Night Raw. A fan posted a picture from the taping showing Adam Pearce revealing the new Women's Intercontinental Championship belt. It will be interesting to see who will be the first to hold the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The air crackled with excitement outside the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. WWE fans lined the streets, chanting their favorite wrestlers' names and speculating about the night's surprises. Inside the arena, backstage was a flurry of activity, with superstars preparing for their matches, camera crews setting up equipment, and producers finalizing the show's script. But amid the usual chaos, a ripple of intrigue spread through the corridors when whispers of Adam Pearce's announcement reached the roster. Adam Pearce, the WWE official known for his no-nonsense demeanor and strategic brilliance, had been teasing a major announcement on social media all weekend. Cryptic tweets and Instagram posts fueled speculation that a new championship might be introduced. Now, just minutes before Raw went live, the time had come for Pearce to pull back the curtain on this mystery. The gathering and gorilla position superstars and staff were summoned to the gorilla position, where Pearce stood at the center of attention, a gleaming black and gold championship belt cradled in his hands. Its intricate design was concealed by a custom velvet cover, adding to the suspense. Standing beside Pearce was Triple H, lending gravity to the moment. "I've been in this business for decades," Pearce began, his voice steady but charged with emotion. "I've seen titles come and go, each one representing an era, a legacy. But tonight, we usher in something new, something that honors the history of WWE while forging its future. He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. Superstars like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Sami Zayn exchanged curious glances, while emerging talents such as Zoe Stark and Braun Breaker looked eager to learn what Pearce was about to reveal. This championship, Pearce continued, pulling away the velvet cover to reveal a stunning design, is the WWE Global Heavyweight Championship. The belt shimmered under the lights, its centerpiece a globe encircled by the iconic WWE logo. Gold-plated accents outlined the continents, symbolizing the worldwide reach of the WWE Universe. The leather strap bore the names of past legends, etched subtly into its texture, a nod to the champions who paved the way. The purpose behind the title. Pearce held the belt aloft, and the room erupted into murmurs. The Global Heavyweight Championship, he explained, is not just another title. This championship represents the pinnacle of what it means to be a WWE superstar in this modern era. It's about adaptability, resilience, and the ability to perform on any stage, in any country. Triple H stepped forward, adding his endorsement. We've heard the fans. They want champions who transcend borders and boundaries, who defend their titles anywhere, anytime. This championship isn't tied to a brand or a region, it's universal. It's global. And starting tonight, the path to crowning the first ever global heavyweight champion begins. The superstars buzzed with excitement. Some saw opportunity, others saw competition. Seth Rollins smirked, clearly envisioning his name etched into the title's legacy. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes, ever the strategist, folded his arms, already plotting his path to the championship. Introducing the tournament. Pearce continued, over the next 6 weeks, we'll host a tournament to determine the inaugural champion. Matches will take place on Raw, SmackDown, and even internationally. The finals will be held at Crown Jewel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This announcement drew audible reactions. The idea of a cross-brand, international tournament heightened the stakes. As for who will compete, Pearce said, glancing around the room, that decision is already made. We've selected 16 superstars who embody the spirit of this championship. And each match will be an opportunity to prove why you deserve to hold this belt. He handed a clipboard to an assistant, who began distributing the tournament brackets. Names like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, LA Knight, and Finn Balor were revealed, alongside rising stars like Grayson Waller and Cameron Grimes. The inclusion of NXT's Ilya Dragunov caused a stir, signaling WWE's commitment to its developmental brand. The fans get the news backstage wasn't the only place buzzing with activity. In the arena, fans had settled into their seats, the energy palpable as the pre-show pyro lit up the stage. The commentary team of Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, and Corey Graves hyped the impending announcement. Suddenly, the Titantron lit up, and Adam Pearce walked onto the ramp, the championship on full display. The crowd erupted, their cheers deafening as Pearce strode to the ring. He stepped inside, holding up the belt for all to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Pearce began, tonight marks the beginning of a new era in WWE. This is the Global Heavyweight Championship, a title that represents excellence on a worldwide scale. The arena lights dimmed, and a highlight reel played on the screen, showcasing iconic moments from WWE's international events, Bret Hart in Canada, Shawn Michaels in Germany, and Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. The montage ended with a close-up of the new championship. Pearce announced the tournament details, and the crowd's excitement grew with every name revealed. Chants of LA Knight and "Let's Go, Cody" filled the air. A surprise challenger emerges as Pearce wrapped up his speech. He was interrupted by the familiar sound of Brock Lesnar's theme music. The Beast Incarnate emerged from the backstage area, flanked by Paul Heyman. The crowd's cheers turned to roars as Lesnar marched to the ring, his eyes fixed on the championship. Lesnar grabbed a microphone, his voice a low growl. "Pearce, you know damn well I don't do tournaments. But if this title's the biggest prize in WWE, then I want it. And I want it now." Before Pearce could respond, Cody Rhodes' music hit, and the American Nightmare sprinted to the ring. "Brock, you've had your share of titles," Cody said. "If you want this one, you're going to have to earn it like the rest of us." The confrontation escalated until Pearce intervened. "Gentlemen, this title is bigger than any one superstar. If you want to compete for it, you'll do it in the tournament like everyone else. And just to make things interesting, the two of you will face off in the first round, next week on Raw." The announcement sent shockwaves through the arena, and the crowd erupted in a frenzy. Lesnar and Cody locked eyes, their mutual disdain evident. The show begins as Raw went live. The Global Heavyweight Championship became the talk of the night. Fans on social media speculated about potential winners, debated matchups, and celebrated the inclusivity of the tournament. Backstage, Pearce watched the show unfold with a sense of accomplishment. He knew this championship would elevate WWE to new heights and push the superstars to their limits. And as the first round matches began, it was clear that the Global Heavyweight Championship was already living up to its name. The WWE Universe was ready for a new era, and Adam Pearce had just delivered the spark to ignite it. Adam Pearce to announce a huge triple threat championship match for WWE Survivor Series? Exploring the Chances Survivor Series, War Games Premium Live event is on the horizon, and the excitement of the fans is at an all-time high. The upcoming Raw is set to be the go-home edition of the show, and WWE may have huge surprises in store. With only 3 matches made official so far, Adam Pearce could announce a blockbuster triple threat match for the upcoming spectacle. Braun Breaker could defend his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser at Survivor Series, War Games. The speculation arose after Kaiser brutally attacked the reigning champion last week during his title defense against the Celtic Warrior. He not only made a new enemy in the form of Breaker, but the Imperium member also squandered Sheamus' opportunity in the process. With all 3 superstars in the mix, WWE could book a massive triple threat championship match between them for the upcoming spectacle. The chances of Adam Pearce making the match official tonight on Raw are quite good. The addition of this potential bout will put all 3 superstars into the spotlight, making the Intercontinental title look more prestigious. Besides, Ludwig Kaiser will get his much-awaited singles push on the main roster, which fans have been clamoring to see. Sheamus also deserves another shot at the coveted title, especially because his match ended in a disqualification last week. A multi-person match often adds more drama and excitement to a feud, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. The addition of a 4th match to Survivor Series, War Games, will also make the card more extensive. However, this is currently speculation, and there are no words on whether it will happen at the impending spectacle. Sheamus to attack Ludwig Kaiser ahead of Survivor Series, War Games? Braun Breaker is on a rampage against Ludwig Kaiser after the latter ambushed him last week during his match. He is set to face the 34-year-old in a one-on-one clash on the upcoming edition of Raw. However, there is a high chance that this match could turn into a tumultuous end with Sheamus interfering. The former WWE champion could invade the match, looking for revenge against the Imperium member. With him blazing with fury, he could launch a vicious attack on Kaiser in the middle of the bout as the latter squandered Sheamus' opportunity to become a Grand Slam champion. Meanwhile, Braun Breaker could also get involved in the mix. The go-home edition of Raw for Survivor Series, War Games, could see a wild brawl erupting in the ring between all 3 superstars. This could eventually force Adam Pearce to come out with a horde of security personnel to control the chaos. As a result, it could lead to the highly anticipated triple threat match between Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser, and Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. The WWE Universe buzzed with anticipation as Adam Pearce strode into the ring during an electric episode of Monday Night Raw. Dressed in his signature suit and exuding authority, Pearce clutched a microphone, ready to deliver news that would shake the foundation of Survivor Series. Fans erupted in cheers, sensing something monumental was about to unfold. The general manager paused to let the noise settle, his steely gaze scanning the crowd. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice steady but tinged with excitement. Survivor Series has always been a battleground where legacies are forged, rivalries are settled, and champions prove their dominance. This year, we're raising the stakes like never before. The anticipation grew palpable as Pearce stepped closer to the center of the ring. At Survivor Series, he declared, "We will witness a triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship." The crowd roared in approval, the magnitude of the announcement sinking in. But who would the competitors be? Pearce didn't leave them hanging for long. The challengers revealed. Pearce turned toward the stage, his tone becoming more animated. First, we have the reigning, defending WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. For over 4 years, Roman has dominated this industry, solidifying himself as the tribal chief and one of the greatest champions in WWE history. The mention of Reigns drew a mixed reaction, boos from those tired of his reign, cheers from loyal Bloodline fans. Pearce let the reaction linger before continuing. "The second participant," he continued, "is a man who has made it clear he's not done chasing glory. A man who's clawed his way back to the top, Cody Rhodes." The mention of Rhodes sent the arena into a frenzy. Ever since Rhodes returned to WWE, his quest to finish the story had been a central narrative. The prospect of him facing Roman again ignited the crowd's imagination. "And the third and final competitor," Pearce said, letting the moment breathe, "is someone who has redefined dominance. A powerhouse. A force of nature. The Intercontinental Champion, Gunther." The Austrian ring general's name sent shockwaves through the audience. Gunther's dominance as Intercontinental Champion had made him one of WWE's most feared and respected superstars. The idea of him stepping up to challenge for the top title was both unexpected and exhilarating. "The stakes are set. This isn't just any match," Pearce emphasized. "This is about proving who truly is the best in the business today. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, 3 men with different paths, but the same goal. At Survivor Series, they'll collide in what promises to be one of the greatest matches in WWE history." The announcement sparked immediate speculation among fans and commentators alike. The match represented a perfect blend of established dominance, a redemption arc, and an ascension to the main event scene. Exploring the chances, the triple threat dynamic introduced endless possibilities. Let's break down the competitors and their chances heading into this colossal clash. Roman Reigns, the champion. Roman's advantage is clear. He's the reigning champion and the tribal chief. With the bloodline fractured but still influential, he could lean on allies like Solo Sikoa or Paul Heyman's strategic mind to retain his title. However, Roman's lengthy reign might also be his Achilles heel. The longer he holds the championship, the more desperate challengers become to dethrone him. Moreover, the triple threat stipulation removes the champion's advantage of being pinned to lose the title. Roman's arrogance and over-reliance on his dominance could spell disaster if Cody or Gunther outmaneuver him. Cody Rhodes, the challenger with a mission. Cody's story is deeply personal. His quest to honor his father's legacy and finally capture the title has made him a fan favorite. Cody's resilience and unmatched determination give him a significant edge in this match. However, his Achilles heel might be his emotional investment. Roman has already proven he can exploit Cody's weaknesses, as seen at WrestleMania 39. Can Cody keep his emotions in check and avoid the same pitfalls? His chances depend on whether he can adapt his strategy and remain laser-focused in the chaos of a triple threat. Gunther, the wild card. Gunther's inclusion is a game-changer. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in modern history, Gunther brings unmatched physicality and an aura of invincibility. While Roman and Cody are deeply entrenched in personal narratives, Gunther stands apart, focused solely on dominance and destruction. His lack of direct history with Roman or Cody could be an advantage, as neither competitor fully understands the lengths Gunther will go to secure victory. However, his relative inexperience in the main event scene could pose challenges. Will the pressure of such a high-stakes match rattle the ring general, or will he rise to the occasion and cement his legacy? Backstage reactions and fan speculation as Pearce left the ring, the WWE locker room buzzed with reactions. Paul Heyman was seen backstage, frantically discussing strategy with Roman and Solo. Cody, in a post-show interview, expressed his excitement, calling the match the opportunity of a lifetime. Gunther, ever stoic, simply stated, "I will prove why I am the most dominant force in WWE." Fans took to social media to speculate about potential outcomes. Many theorized interference from the bloodline, possibly even from Jey Uso, who had unresolved tension with Roman. Others wondered if Imperium, Gunther's stable, would factor into the match. One prevailing theory suggested that Survivor Series could mark a seismic shift in WWE's landscape. If Roman loses, it could lead to the final collapse of the bloodline. If Cody wins, he'll finally complete his story. And if Gunther emerges victorious, it could herald a new era of dominance. The road to Survivor Series and the weeks leading up to Survivor Series, the three competitors engaged in heated promos and intense confrontations. Roman dismissed his challengers as unworthy pretenders, while Cody fired back, saying, "The tribal chief's reign is built on the backs of those he's manipulated. At Survivor Series, I'll expose the man behind the myth." Gunther, ever the tactician, refrained from verbal sparring, instead letting his in-ring dominance speak volumes. In a tag match on SmackDown, he pinned Cody clean, sending a clear message that he belonged in the main event spotlight. The anticipation peaks as Survivor Series approached. The WWE Universe could barely contain its excitement. The match represented more than just a championship bout, it was a clash of ideologies, legacies, and styles. Roman's cunning, Cody's heart, and Gunther's raw power created a perfect storm of unpredictability. The stage was set for one of the most anticipated matches in Survivor Series history. Would Roman retain and continue his unprecedented reign? Would Cody finally finish his story? Or would Gunther seize the moment and ascend to the top of WWE? The answers awaited in the ring, where three warriors would collide in a battle for supremacy. Survivor Series promised to be unforgettable, and the WWE Universe was ready for history to be made.